Welcome, everybody, to Total Drama Randomized Island, Episode 5. Basically, the sucky outdoors. So, quick disclaimer. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. Quick disclaimer. Oh, I cannot speak. Quick disclaimer. I'm deciding to use a tier list now because after my, dog shit what if video, I realized that, it's possible to actually use a tier list. So I just decided to use a tier list from this episode. And see how it goes. Then I'll probably just make a voting to see if I should use tier list or not. I don't know. So yeah. Let's begin. So, Miss Hall shit. Basically same thing as last time, but Kai's getting outcasted. And then for this one, these guys are talking. I see maybe these guys talking. I don't know why. I kind of see it. And Topher's just outcasted because he's addicted to Chris and shit like that. So yeah, everybody gets to the campsite, and not campsite. Everyone gets to the elimination ceremony, and Chris explains the challenge of how they got to get back to camp while being in the middle of the forest. So yeah, it goes the same as last time, and the teams go their separate way, and then the teams go separate ways inside the forest. Now, while everybody's going, Kai notices, Fiore stops Kai and talks about how she found a really good place to be alone, and she told him about the cave, the cave Kane and Sadie went in. He told him that his team was going to go there and abandon him there because he was such a quote-unquote loser in their eyes. So he should go there early in order to shock his team, which because it's a child, Kai probably would believe it. And a confessional begins playing. If I'm not really gonna get images for the confessional, so yeah. The confessional is Fiore, and it shows her laughing maniacally. It's talking about how she fooled Kai like some idiot, and saying that he's a dumbass for believing her of all people. So, another confessional begins playing, and it's Kai talking about how somehow the kid was really helpful, and he's pretty thankful for her, as Kai wanders away from the others. Now, what she doesn't realize is that, Topher was watching, because Topher is also alone. Because, these three for the Alliance. These three are talking since they're the strongest people on the team. And know they would probably get targeted during merge. So, yeah. And then these two are talking, these two are sort of talking, but she's currently with him. And Topher's is outcasted right now, so he witnesses it, and a confessional begins playing about how Topher is fucking shocked that a child would manipulate him, because he knows that it's a lie, because Topher, he's not entirely, he's dumb, but he's not entirely stupid. He can easily see this as a trick, because he sees Fiore muttering to herself about how much of a dumbass he is. Not he is, Kai is. So, that happens as the teams go off. Now, both of them make the campsite. Extreme Gophers go to the same place, but would anybody be the bear? Who would be a bear here? Gabby? But no, that'd probably scare Bridget, and she wouldn't really want to do that, since that's, her closest connection so far. It's I don't see that. I don't see this. The bear wouldn't really happen, so I'm just gonna say that, just a random ass bear comes over for the Screaming Gophers, because, same team as in canon. Wait. Actually, no, I feel it'd be funnier if it's Killer Bass, because Cody still pees his pants. And shit like that, that'd be pretty funny. So, just for fun, all the team scatters when they see the bear, because they're not by that big tree they could climb, so Heather abandons Lindsay, saying every girl for themselves. Lindsay goes some random ass direction. Cody drags Noah and Cameron trying to get away, and Lightning, thinking he's really strong, tries to fight off the bear. These two just are like, yeah, fuck nah, you're left on your own, buddy. Later. And they both just scurry off in different directions. And Kai's already in the cave. So it's basically just the nerds are together. Lindsay is randomly running in the forest. These two are running in different directions. You're fighting the bear, and she abandoned Lindsay. And you're in the cave right now. So, while Kai's waiting in the cave, he's like worried because his team isn't at the cave yet, and it's really weirding him out because he wouldn't think that Fury's lying to him. So meanwhile, because on the Screaming Gophers, because Bridget is still here, she would still burn the tent, leaving instead. I feel like Mike or Sky to like hold the leaf over them instead of it being DJ. Because I just see that, so yeah. So that happens, and then so based on it being pretty obvious and all that, I'm pretty sure Screaming Gophers make it first because they're all still in a team, and because of Fury Sabotage 2, it actually helps. Meanwhile, for the Killer Bats, these three probably get back to camp since Cody probably has a good memory. I feel like just for fun, Lindsay stumbles across the camp. Hunter and Duncan just come up at the same time. And, Lightning's crawling back to the camp. Just, like, really beat up. And then Heather comes in last, talks about how Lindsay came, and she, like, apologizes. But, like, a fake apology. She's just trying to keep Lindsay for her own, sake. And, Screaming Gophers come back, too. And they look defeated as they realize, no, we lost! Fuck! Until, Sky, I don't know why, I just want to give Sky some lines. Actually, no, Mike. Mike realizes, hey, wait a minute. There's 7 of us. There's 8 of them. But isn't their team with 9? Where's Kai? Mike realizes as he mentions, as Chris head counts the Killer Bats again, realizing Kai's gone. As Kai appears at the camp, talking about how, why weren't you guys at the cave? That's where Fiore said you'd be. And everybody's like, Fiore? What the fuck? Except for Topher, who just stays silent, because he already knew. And she's like, I thought I overheard them, please. I thought I overheard them. And she's like, scared for her life, because technically, kind of like Kai really exposed her, shit like that. So yeah, Killer Bats goes to elimination, and so yeah, I'm just gonna skip everything. We already know who. Hold on, wait. Yeah, I think we all know who's going. Kai's eliminated. We just know it. And before Kai gets out, he tells everybody to watch out for the child, since like the child's a big threat. Also, sorry about, like, not having much interactions here, because, like, I just really couldn't think of interactions. Like, for example, the Dunkany scene, I don't see anybody having that scene, except for Allie and Hunter, but they're on separate teams. Maybe, like, these two, but no, I already have plans for Gabby, and, like, it doesn't have Bridget in them. And you guys will see that pretty soon. That Bridget won't be involved with Gabby's plans, mainly. So, yeah, Kai is eliminated this episode, and you know what? Why not? Fuck it. Because this episode's currently 9 minutes long, let's make it a bit longer, because I thought this would be a lot longer. Let's make it a 2-part episode, so it'll be a factor included. I'm gonna get everybody back over here. So, yeah, this is, like, at the top of my head, because I didn't think this episode would be this short. So, yeah. Yeah. So basically, instead, everybody is at the campfire ceremony, and they're all talking about their fears. Now, Heather, Lindsay, everybody told their fears in canon, would still tell their fears, excluding Duncan for now. But yeah, and then so I probably gotta rewatch this Venture Camp a bit to find out like the season 1, like Gabby, Fiore, etc. and their fears. So these all tell their fears. I'm not sure about Heather. I'm just gonna say Heather does, because why the fuck not? Lindsay tells her fears of, instead of a bad haircut, because there's no Sadie to say that shit, it would be walking in a minefield blindfolded or something like that. Which is horrifying because she saved herself last time, but now she's kind of dooming herself. Lightning's fear, even though he probably won't admit it, his fear is definitely getting disapproval by his father, based on how important his father was. Noah's fear, because he wasn't here in canon, it would probably be something like one of his life-threatening allergies, or you know what? It would be really funny if it's fat people. Oh, if it's fat people, because like he's friends with no. That would make no sense. Never mind. Sorry about that. But I'm just gonna say it's one of his fears. Honestly, Cameron's would be doing like extreme stunts, because like Cameron's not athletic, and still he's not like thinking of himself that well, unlike something like All Stars or Revenge, because like he's been in his bubble for a while. And in Revenge, he was also scared to do like more extreme shit until like more near the end. So Cameras are probably doing extreme stuff. Hunters, I'm just gonna say like his loved ones or people he cares about getting hurt. I forgot if he mentioned his fear, but I'm just gonna say it's that, because why not? Bridget's fear, it's still there. Sky's fear is probably going to be getting rejected by the Olympics or some shit like that. Because knowing Sky, she wants to be a future Olympian, that would probably horrify her. Allie's would be getting deprived of video games for an entire day. Mike's would be probably like letting his personalities take control. So basically all of his personalities take control for the entire day. And sorry they haven't really been featured much, because I can't think of anything that would have to do with them. But I already have Mike's plot with a personality soon. But I'm not sure if I'd do it here. Fiora's, I'm pretty sure, was moose riding from Adventure Camp. I'm pretty sure, I'm just gonna say that Gabby's, for now, is like the voices in her head or some shit, because I forgot. And Topher's fear is going to be seeing Chris get hurt, which I'll explore on that later. But would Duncan open up or not? But there's no Courtney. There's no Courtney for him to loosen up around. Because, well, he had a crush on Courtney. There's nobody like that. So I don't think he'd open up for now. I feel like he'd lie about his fear being like cats or something, or dogs. I don't know. But, you know, I'm just gonna say he doesn't say his fear. So the next morning in the thing, Chris gives Gabby's fear would be eating animals. It would probably be eating animals, to be honest, because like she's vegan and shit like that. Bridget probably would be able to do it, but like really hard for her to. I don't know about Gabby though. So he gives Gabby a chicken leg, and because Chris, even though he's not much cruel in the season, he's still a really cruel guy. So he gives Gabby chicken, saying that it's like vegan or plant-based chicken. So Gabby eats it, and she realizes, and she says like, "This is good" or some shit like that, just for like fun, like a bit of fun. But Chris says, "Oh wait, that's actually real animals. Sorry." Chris lies about laughing a bit as Gabby freaks out. And I'm gonna count this as Gabby not facing her. You know what? Never mind. Chris talks about how the challenge will be everybody facing their fears. So, real quick, everybody's fears in canon go the same. Winners go up here, losers go down here. Cody loses his fear. Bridget, in return, also loses her fear because of Cody, kind of ruining her chances. Heather succeeds her fear. With Noah, I don't think, I'm not sure. Well, I'm just gonna say for plot purposes, Noah completes his fear. Lindsay, I'm just gonna say with luck, she just like makes it through. Cameron, well, Cameron is like able to do stunts like that. It's just like really hard, and for like because he's gonna get out soon. Wait, no, I don't have that planned yet, but he might get out soon. I think based on where my plot's going so far. For like a bit of growth, he's able to do it. Hunter's fear of his loved ones get nah. I'm just gonna say it's just for fun. Hunter looks like some emo guy who likes being alone. So it'd be really funny if his fear was being alone, you know. So he has to deal with like being in a cage or like a room away from everybody else for an hour. Because if it was like Gwen's for like 6 or 7 minutes, Hunter could easily do that. Lightning's fear of his father, I don't know if he'd be able to get over that shit. And then Duncan's fear, Chris probably would be able to find out what his fear is. And because someone like Bridget, who would motivate him if they were on the same team, isn't on this team anymore, I'm not sure if he'd do it. But I don't think it was because of niceness. I'm pretty sure that scene was just personal growth. So Duncan does succeed his fear. Leaving Killer Bass having 6 people who failed their fears. Succeeded their fears, like, got over it. Well, not fully over it, but, like, yeah. And 2 people who failed. Now, for the Screaming Gophers, Skies is getting rejected by the Olympics, which, should probably be chill with it, like, oh, yeah, I can just audition anytime soon. And Chris gives her the point. Allie's fear was, being away from video games, and without someone like Hunter helping her, because Hunter would probably get cooked if he did so, I don't know if she'd make it. Because unlike in All-Stars, she doesn't have as much people to talk to, really, on her team. Bridget still fails hers in canon, because Cody kind of just raped her. Now, Mike's fear is letting his personalities out, so if, Mike's personalities are taking control until the elimination ceremony, basically. So, if Mike ever comes back, in control, Mike would easily lose the fear. And Chris also just keeps a bit of suspense. He whispers Mike's fear. We're able to hear it, but he whispers it to Mike so the others don't know. Fiora's does moose riding. I'm pretty sure she completed it in canon. Gabby's, I don't think Gabby would do it. And then Topher's fear, well, actually no, Topher fails his, hold on, I'm gonna get to Gabby last, actually. Topher's fear is Chris getting hurt, so, Chris takes off his, shoe, some socks, let's look at him barefoot real quick, and he goes over a pine cone, which shouldn't really be too painful, and when he's about to step on it, Topher's like, no, don't do it! And it says, like, he'd probably get fucked if he'd get cooked if he let, Chris get hurt. So, yeah. So he feels that. And then Gabby, final one for her team. If Gabby, like, successfully does it, then, her team automatically wins. But if she fails it, then her team automatically loses. Now, I feel like Chris would give this because Screaming Gophers have one less person, meaning one less opportunity to have a point compared to the Screaming Goat, Killer Bass. And her fear, eat meat, like an entire meal of meat, just to make it harder. Like, if she wasn't losing, Chris would only make her take, like, a bite, like, For example, just like a chicken leg or some shit. But now, she has to eat the entire meat platter. So, I don't think Gabby would do it. It'd be just like Courtney. Gabby would fail. So, in the end, the Screaming Gophers lose the challenge. Killer Bass win. So, Fiore has a confessional talking about this, like, saying, that stupid vegan, a stupid psycho vegan bitch didn't complete the challenge, huh? Well, guess what? She's gonna get punished for that shit. So, Fiore goes up to people like Mike, Sky, and Allie talking about wanting to vote out, Bridget in order to teach Gabby a lesson for failing. And I feel like these three would kind of be bored with it because, like, they're not too close with Bridget. They do know she's nice, but currently every contestant also thinks it's a popularity contest, and that's, like, pretty bad. So, the voting ceremony begins, and Chris gives marshmallows to these people. Sky. Hold on. Oh, wait, Mike. I'm just gonna say Mike successfully does his fear. Actually, no, just for fun, Mike, everybody but Fiore and Sky, like, successfully do their fear. These all fail. Some Sky, Fiore, wait, no, not Allie, Mike, Allie, and Gabby. Wait, no, not Gabby, Topher. No, it's Gabby and Bridget in the final two. Wait, no, this one makes sense. No, in the final two, it's, actually, no, wait. No, it would be Topher. Topher and Bridget in the final two. Bridget has a bit of a smug, like, usually she's not a smug person, but, like, she knows she'd probably win the vote until Topher gets the final marshmallow. She's shocked as Fiore smirks a bit, but hides it immediately when Bridget notices her. And she mutters about how Kai was right before hugging Gabby and leaving. Gabby is crying in the girls' cabin as Fiore and Allie are fucking suffering currently. And Sky. And Mike realizes, well, him and Topher are the only guys left. That's kind of bad. So, Topher decides to get a bit strategic, fills Mike in about Fiore, and, wants to make, like, a two-person alliance. Sorry about that, I accidentally clicked something, but making a two-person alliance, because Topher isn't stupid. So he wants to make a two-person alliance by voting Fiore out, because he doesn't think all the girls vote unanimously. So, yeah. And on the Killer Bass, nothing much really changes, so, yeah. So this is, episode 5 and 6 of Total Drama Randomized Island. Thank you all for watching. I'm probably either going to get to, Up the Creek, because I decided to do a 2-in-1 episode, or I'm going to do, just stop here, or I'm going to go up the, Paintball Deer Hunter. Paintball Deer Hunt. That's, like, all I know. I'm not getting to the cooking episode. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching, even if this series is dog shit, and, see y'all soon. Have a nice day.